What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having a good start to the morning. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at UGAS/NG, trying to focus on overall low points, high points, and kind of see where this is at. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see everything that's going on here. So DWT pushing up. It's been a pretty productive morning. I've been trading since 4 a.m. And I'm really happy, to say the least, with how we're doing. Probably one of my quickest profits was on natural gas and on DGAS, and I've been keeping you guys up to date with the LPP chat, right, all under the trade idea section. So since, if I'm not mistaken, 5 a.m. Was when I sent out the first update. So here we go. Let's check this out. Right now we have natural gas again approaching this general support area. Again, there's no confirmation right now that it's indicating signs of an uptrend. So I just want to make sure that you guys all understand that right now it's still, in a sense, selling off. So please be very careful with that. We did see /CL begin to push up. One of the things that I do want to point out is that the MACD and the RSI are a little bit more on the overbought side. /CL did a beautiful job showing signs of an uptrend, and it's been doing this all during pre-market hours. It was very clear. Remember yesterday, if you tuned in for the Sunday Stock Talk, there's a series of stocks that were asked for me to break them down, and I didn't like them because there was not a clear direction. It's very easy when you have all this data to analyze, and then the market opens at 4 a.m. and then that overall pattern and direction continues. You kind of just go with the flow, right? If something's uptrending and it just continues to show signs of that uptrend, then you just wait for that good dip buy opportunity and then wait for it to continue to push up, lock in profits, breaks its pattern, buy the dip, push up, lock in profits, and stuff like that. So very happy with how this has played out so far. Right now, I'm trying to see where to add more to my position size on UGAS. I try to buy the dip, right? My entry point, my second entry point, was not the best on natural gas. But I just wanted to ask you, do you see why? Do you see why, based off of overall low points and high points during pre-market hours, right? So when natural gas, which is this, right, begins to show signs of an uptrend, then so does UGAS, right? So do you see why around this general area, around 2.43 and 2.44, I see natural gas, which is UGAS, to be, in a sense, a good deal. It doesn't mean that it's the best buy. It doesn't mean that you should buy it. I'm just asking, and if it doesn't, then let me, I'd be more than happy to answer any of the questions. So as of right now, lower lows and lower highs. Yes, it is showing signs of a descending pattern, and that's one of the things that I pointed out within the trade idea section, that if you're under the PDT rule or you're someone that's just getting started, ultimately this is probably not something that you want to trade. But when it comes down to just quick in and out, right? I feel like it, with the margin of profit, with how quick it's been pushing up and stuff like that, it made sense. So just gonna be watching it very carefully right now. You guys is just around this general area, so let's wait out on that. Here we go. So again, the EMA line is still pointing down, and that's one of the things that we want to make sure is super clear. So trying to make higher highs. Yep, it is trading below the middle VWAP. So again, a perfect example on why to either be very cautious or to not trade it at all, for those that don't feel comfortable trading it. Again, I'm just, I'm watching it, I'm trading it right now, and I'm explaining why, because I see it to be a good dip buy opportunity based off of overall, low points and overall high points. Not even, these, exaggerated high points. I don't expect natural gas to go back all the way up to 2.47, but anywhere right around 2.445, anywhere around 2.45, I can see that to be a definite area of, based off of previous patterns and just the, past couple of minutes, that this could be a general area where it can, end up reaching, right? And how that correlates on over to UGAS is that, when we go on over to ticker symbol UGAS and how that looks right around that 516 area, that means that it's going to push up, if it does end up going to around that area, right around that $20 mark. So again, it's something that I see value in. I'm just trying to repeat time after time that if it's not something you see value in, you don't like the overall direction, which I 100% understand why you wouldn't, please simply don't trade it. Let's see. Good morning, AMD and Gush on my alerts in case this shows signs of an uptrend. I like that. Okay. Make sure that we focus on getting that good deal, right? How are you guys all doing this morning? How many people are new to the Learn Plan Profit team, or this is the first time that you've ever watched, or tuned in to one of the live trading sessions? Feeling good. Nice. What's going on, Tawan? What's going on, Chris? Thank you for tuning in. Sasha, what's up? What's up? What's going on, guys? Part of the team. Nice. I like it. Usilis, right? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Sorry. Not new, but still here. What's going on, Justin Larson? What's up? What's up? Matt Daughtry. Matt, you sound like you're a new guy here. You must be new, right? Here we go. So DGAS, again, approaching this general, a little bit more on the overbought territory, right? We could see that during pre-market hours. Again, and this doesn't mean anything. It can 100% just continue to uptrend, and that's one of the things that I want to point out. I feel like I did a pretty beautiful job trading DGAS. And just like I called out, I think it was right around where I decided to sell, right? So I sold right around 607, 610, right? Decided to lock in profits for ticker symbol DGAS, but that was right below 145, and right now it's if not above 146. So definitely something to point out. So did you trade DWT and UWT? I did. I traded UWT, and I was about to trade DWT if the overall pattern continued to sell off. Right now, one of the things that I'm kind of waiting out for is I saw this thing potentially, make. I saw that there could be a pattern of lower highs, right? So it pushes up, sells off, pushes up, doesn't go as low as it did before, and then continues to sell off. If that continues and then overall /CL begins to sell off and the direction is super clear, then maybe I can take a position on DWT and profit off of that, or try to profit, right? It's all just an effort. With ticker symbol DGAS, I found like the direction and all that to be super clear and super easy to trade. And then on UGAS, again, I've explained it multiple times. Why I personally see value in it. I see value in it doesn't mean that you have to. And just like every other trade that I take on today, it's not something that you guys each have to see value in any way. It's something that I personally, you guys are watching me trade live, and that's the whole point of this, is for me to share my thought process, regardless if it turns out for a profit or for a loss. It's something that I think, we can all learn from. So finally joined LPP. I'm joining the lessons. I am happy with it. How you explain everything. So I think you so highly recommend to newbies, and I can't believe it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Nice. Huge sell-off, pulling back once again for ticker symbol UGAS. Alrighty. So natural gas approaching that support area right around 2.43. How much attention do you pay attention to other frequencies day trading? Not too often, or not many. I mean, you guys are seeing what it is that I use every day when it comes down to trading. There's nothing on the back end that I don't have any other special indicators or resources that I utilize. Nope, Valerie's still working on it. But I appreciate the question. All right. Up 2% already on Beyond Meat. Nice. That's huge. 2% is really good, especially to start off the week already so strong. Can you take a look at /CL? Seems a bit overbought for me. Yeah, Abraham, we just broke it down. We just talked about /CL potentially changing its direction after it recovered. Hey guys, how does the PDT rules work? Nope, it's not that it resets every Monday. It resets after 3 business days. So again, you have 3 day trades within a 5-day period. It doesn't matter if you take them all in one day or, one every other day. It's, after whatever it is that the last or the first day trade that you took, it's 3 business days after that, and then it opens up. /NQ and /ES was not working for me. I don't know, my TOS was kind of messing up. It wasn't working too well for me during pre-market hours, so I couldn't really trade SQs or TQs or anything like that because I couldn't really identify its true direction. Tell Ward, what is going on? Right now, in my honest opinion, /ES such as and /NQ showing signs of it being a little bit more on the overbought side. So there we go. It's correcting itself. It's pulling back. It makes sense. And I feel like it makes sense on why this thing would follow, right? Like how overbought it is, like the R side, like the MACD. Just my 2 cents. Isn't it 5 business days? Oh. Yeah, sorry. 5 business days. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you have 3 day trades, and it takes 5 days to reset. I do apologize. Yeah, obviously it's been a while since I've been under the PD2 rule, so do apologize for that. What's going on, Philip? PLNT. So it says, Ricky, just like you called out, PLNT is running. I wouldn't say that I called this one out, but this one was brought to my attention, right? So this one was brought to my attention within the Learn Plan, within the Sunday Stock Talk, I think like 2 weeks ago, and it was brought to my attention again yesterday. So it is showing signs of an uptrend, but try to not focus so much on, oh, it's pushing up, I'm just going to get in right now, but try to focus on, calculated entry points. Right now, being able to understand overall high points, low points as something is pushing up and showing signs of an uptrend. Can it push up back to $80? Of course. Does it make sense to try to buy, as soon as it pushes up? Of course not, right? You want to be selective when it comes down to your overall entry point. So let's make sure that we keep a very close eye on that. Okay, we have a lot of people talking about AMD. A lot of people that are asking what caused AMD to open up so high. Again, why not take a look at the overall news, right? Try to look at different, yep, here we go. Very simple. AMD stock gains after announcement of Samsung partnership. Very simple little things that you guys can verify to understand what catalyst is driving the price up and down. And again, the easiest way, and this is just words of encouragement for you guys, if you really want to be part of the 10% that makes money in the market, it's not always asking, hey, what should I do, right? But being a go-getter, being self-disciplined, and being someone that can empower yourself to try to find a solution. We're problem solvers. That's one of the biggest, qualities and attributes that I would say to try to have, especially in this market. If you're someone that's always asking, there's nothing wrong with asking for like assistance, but when you don't even dedicate time to try to figure out the answer yourself, then again, that's like spoon feeding. And ultimately, that's not going to be very self-sufficient nor fulfilling in the long term when it comes down to this market. Just a piece of advice. Wanted to ask you how you feel about going all in your position when you're confident in a stock. I mean, that's the whole point of confirmation, right? So if you're confident in a stock, just as confident as you are for this thing to push up, you should be confident enough that if it does break its pattern, that you'll cut losses, right? So it's still important to have a plan B and to manage your risk. So just make sure that you have not just your eye on the prize, but also understand that it doesn't have to go according to your plan, and most likely, let's just say that it won't. I would always just have that mentality. Well, what if it doesn't, right? What can I do to manage my risk? That's an approach that I would take, especially as you're just getting started. Not enough people, and that's a huge area of opportunity, even for like me with like right now. One of the biggest areas of opportunity for me is not understanding, but like being more quick to cut losses. That would be, especially when you have a higher dollar amount invested in something, be quick to, get out of that position. And you'll see a lot of beginner traders don't manage their risk, don't, don't have that self-discipline. And it's easier for others. We're all wired in different ways. So if it's easy for you, great. It's a great quality to have. But if it's not, then it's a huge area to work on. So what's going on, Ryan? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's check this out. There we go. Just like we kind of expected, this, becomes overbought, sells off, tries to push up, sells off. So let's keep a close eye on this. The MACD still looks like it's still trying to sell off. So same thing is going on with, here we go, not this. Where's that? Oh. So we got natural gas back at that general support range, right? So it pushed down to 2.422. Looks like it got rejected by that SMA line, right? Looks like it's been getting rejected by that SMA line. So good little pattern to point out. I want to get that good deal on DGAS. Maybe when it pulls back to the middle VWAP or the SMA line, right? Or something that's uptrending if it continues. Up to anything much today, Ricky? Are we talking about like trading or just other things? Here we go. Pulling back a little bit. Does DGAS overbought? Zabir, you answer that question yourself. Try to, right? Looking at previous patterns, even just looking at pre-market hours, right? Looking at pre-market highs. Is DGAS overbought? Looking at where it's peaked out during pre-market hours and looking where it's at right now. It's asking yourself the question, okay, is this, can it continue to push up? Of course, anything can happen, right? But does it also make sense that maybe that this would be a good area to lock in profits because of previous patterns? It could be like a conservative kind of resistance, right? It doesn't mean that it can't continue to uptrend, just like we're seeing right now. It's making higher highs. That's great. It just made higher highs on the day. Great. That's a great quality and like indication that DGAS is pushing up. But to ask the question, is it a good deal or is it a good time to buy DGAS right now? That's something that with a very quick little analysis that you can determine, right? And again, I'm not trying to, there's been like 2 or 3 questions that I'm like responding with a, kind of rhetorical question back to you guys. And it's not me like trying to be mean in any way. It's just trying to promote more like, I guess just problem solving on your end, right? Not being someone that tries to always be told what to do. That's the biggest thing. Here we go. DGAS pushing up. It just hit highs of 148. Ricky with the tough love. No, I don't want to call it tough love. That sounds a little mean. But here we go. So we just got /NG with overall lows on the day. Huge sell-off. Let's see what's going on. So let's check out /NG. Oh, here we go. Dang it. Okay, do you guys see what's kind of going on? So natural gas slides on renewed oversupply fears. So again, there's a, surplus of natural gas, which means the overall demand isn't as great, which then decreases the overall value, right, of natural gas. So huge sell-off happening right now, and I would say this would be a little bit more of like panic selling, but wow, this thing's selling off quick. Here we go. About to get filled. Little stop loss for the boys. Yeah, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. There we go. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, that was definitely not the best one. But again, it does have margin. I can try to wait for the overall recovery. I definitely should have done a better job. That sell-off that happened, I could have done a better job with a stop loss, right? So it's still selling off right now. DGAS is still pushing up. We can try to go with the flow with DGAS. DGAS just pushed up to 150, and it looks like it's just continuing to rally. So we can try to go with the flow on that one and kind of go from there. So check this out. And there he goes. Trying to bounce. We'll see. See how this is doing. Yeah, it looks like it's still going to be pushing down for /NG, which means that DGAS should then still continue to push up. So just hit my daily goal of $190. Of course, George, congrats. Ricky, can you look at /CL again? Why? Again, what about this? It's doing exactly what we said it was going to be doing. Pushed up, sold off, pushed up, didn't make higher highs, sold off, made lower lows. It's this downward staircase pattern. What about this is not clear? Do you think that UGAS will recover? Of course. I mean, it always normally does, right? I just didn't want to get my money tied up in it. I could always get back in, right? And I can get in with a much larger position size and recover that. But the direction, isn't the best right now. So as of right now, DGAS is the one that's pushing up. Maybe when it consolidates a little bit more and then begins to sell off, we can kind of go with the flow with that. But as of right now, it looks like it's DGAS time. Here we go. You guys with the push up. D guys with the push down. And try to see if I can buy. RUBI and it's trending up. Let's check that out. What's going on, Sammy? Okay, so this one has pretty low volume. As of right now, I wouldn't say that it's showing super clear direction, and right now it is trending down. So you could see based off just recent patterns, it's getting rejected by the EMA line and making lower lows, lower highs. It's consolidating, but no clear direction of an overall reversal. So I would wait out on that before doing anything when it comes down to taking an aggressive position. See if we get filled. Yep, that's pretty good. So over trading is underestimated problem. The last 6 days I've focused on not over trading and only getting very good deals. Have profited over $500 every day. That's good. Patience goes a long way. We'll see if we get filled. Doesn't look like we're going to. Looks like DGAS is already pushing up. Let's see. Oh. Okay, filled. And there goes the sell-off, right? Of course it sells off. Of course it sells off when I buy, right? It's all good. We'll see which way it goes. So, is my 2S delayed? Shows DGAS at 142. Yep, probably 20 minutes delayed, right? Does it say 20 minutes delayed, like on the top left-hand corner or something? You just have to call TD Ameritrade again. That's all explained in the course. All right. Yeah, time to step away for a little bit, right? Yeah, probably have to be a little bit more. Oh shoot. Probably have to be a little bit more patient with my entry points, but again, still, there we go. Natural gas is right around that EMA line, so not bad. Go. All right, waiting out for the clear direction of natural gas. Let's see. Tesla broke below 182. Yikes. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That's so scary. I think that's like, I'm not even in Tesla, but oh my god. Oh, bless me. Ooh, I got a cramp. Ah. I shouldn't turn like that when I'm about to sneeze. Holy crap. Oh. Tana is asking, am I in any positions right now? Yep. I've been showing what I was trading. I'm in ticker symbol DGAS as of right now. Not something that I would encourage you to get in on because natural gas hasn't confirmed the rejection right now. Again, this is why it's important for you to tune in and then see, like regardless if it turns out for a profit or not, seeing how it plays out. So, you're part of the experience. So can only add. What's up? What's up? We're getting some consolidation right now on /NG, right? So trying to see if we can begin to break below /NG before that overall direction changes. We got you guys right at that 1919, 1920 area, right? So, ooh, this thing pushing up. Needs time, and time. Here we go. We just got the first MACD descending bar, right? So the MACD is showing signs now of this thing potentially peaking out. Let's go ahead and check it out. So bounce on VWAP. Again, confirmation is everything, Lucas, and this is a descending pattern as of now. So probably not something that you want to partake in as of right now. Just keeping it super simple. Again, it doesn't have to bounce there. So just try to understand the direction, the pattern, the flow, and keep an eye on that. Don't, especially with a descending pattern, let my trade on you guys be a perfect example of why it's not the best to try to predict an overall reversal. I was doing a really good job during pre-market hours, waiting for confirmation and stuff like that. The volatility I felt was like a little bit greater during pre-market hours, so it was moving a little bit quicker, but then broke its pattern during pre-market or during aftermarket. So yeah. Would you recommend Chromebooks to use TD Ameritrade? I've never used Chromebooks, so I couldn't tell you. So no go on you guys. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to buy or what to sell. It can begin to show signs of a reversal, right? But overall direction right now for /NG was descending, so it made sense to me on why now, since I cut losses on you guys, that if this thing continues to go with its flow of a descending pattern, then that this will continue to sell off and that DGAS will then push up. Even if it comes right back down to this support, right, then it has this margin to give back, which means that then DGAS pushes up. But there's no confirmation just yet, so. If so, could you explain what? Is it more difficult to sell during pre-market hours with the bid and the ask spread being greater? I wouldn't say that it's more difficult. It's, it's probably more difficult to get filled at an exact price point, if that's what you mean. It's not more difficult though. You can just know where people are selling and you can buy it at that price point. But you just have to understand. That's why I focus a lot on price ranges on the futures of like low points and high points, because once they're at low points, then I'll just accommodate that and not care so much about exact entry points, but just to make sure that I'm doing my part in getting in for a good deal. I thought I was doing my part on natural gas, trying to get in for a good deal, but it broke its pattern and continued to make lower lows. It sold off a little bit quicker than I expected, and that was my mistake. That's just, again, keeping it that simple. So moving on from that, I'm trying to be a little bit more than selective. Right now I'm in on ticker symbol DGAS, so before I add more to my position size, I can wait for natural gas to confirm a sell-off a little bit more, right? Once we have that confirmation, because right now natural gas still is not selling off. I think we've been live for 35 minutes. All right, we'll close it out in a bit. Ephraim, please do me the biggest favor and don't put that in the chat, or I will remove you. go. It's the future. That's your response. Okay. Here we go. Natural gas showing signs of potential sell-off. Gonna wait for lower lows a little bit more. So what do you think about NUGT as a day trade? I think it has a lot to do with /GC, right? So did you check this out already? Because NUGT is a gold-based ETF, right? So with this one pushes up when gold does. So /GC. You can see kind of its patterns, overall high points, low points. You can see then that, you know, this is peaking out, becoming overbought, and it makes sense on why it can pull back. Probably the same thing with NUGT. So just, it doesn't mean that it can't be a good deal, but just make sure that you're doing your part in analyzing the futures to make sure that it's a good deal for NUGT as well. I'll set my alert and I'll try to remind you. So I hope you could set your alert as well. And we'll just try to remind the group as this thing approaches the middle VWAP, right? Of course. Nice push up. Wow. It is not my day with natural gas. I thought I was doing really good with natural gas. I was doing really good with degas, to say the least. Yeah, looks like I waited for it to sell off, pushing up, and now I'm going to have to cut losses on degas. Let's see. I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break before I get back to it. It's just getting a little frustrating. Waited for the MACD, right? Waited for the RSI, waited for the overall confirmation, looked at DGAS, same thing going on here, right? The MACD was looking good, the RSI was looking good, the overall pattern was looking good, but just, again, this is another, I guess, just great example of why you can have everything trying to go according to plan, and at the end of the day, you know, it just doesn't have to, so... It's nice to see me struggle. I guess, right? I'm glad someone's enjoying it. No, I get it. But yeah, so I'm just kind of over it right now. I'm just gonna set my alerts. Yeah. All right. As long as you end the week on a green note, right? Yep. I guess that's the plan. So here we go. I'm just going to set my series of alerts. I'll follow up with you guys. Yeah, well, I'm going to set a stop. Just want to make sure we have some form of risk management, right? So we'll do stop, and then we'll do that at just to make sure. So, you never know. So there we go. Guys, I really do appreciate you guys' time. Continue working hard, continue following dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. I felt like I had good intentions with some of my trades. The first one, probably not the best. That was /NG. I tried to buy the dip on that one, a little bit more aggressive. I got way too confident because I took 2 day trades just on DGAS, right? I was doing really well with /CL and that push up. That's super simple. It was a very clear direction. On /NG, I felt like I was doing a very good job because I traded DGAS and I scalped that one successfully twice, as you guys saw in my announcement section. And I got way too confident. So again, just a simple little reminder to slap yourself back into place and to be like, you're not any special, Ricky. We're here to make sure that we wait for confirmation and all that good stuff. So yeah, on to the next one. So we'll see how this trade ends up playing out. Looks like natural gas is trying to get rejected, but then as soon as I say that, it pushes back up again. So we'll see. Thank you guys again for your time. Continue working hard. Continue following dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.